everyone, I'm Mind, and this is set 71770, Zane's Golden Dragon Jet from the LEGO Ninjago theme. This set contains 258 pieces, 3 minifigures, and will retail for $29.99 in the US. This set does not come out until June 1st, 2022 in most parts of the world, and August 1st, 2022 in North America, but it was sent to me early by the LEGO Group through the LEGO Master Network, but all opinions expressed in this video are my own. Before I get started, I'd just like to ask you guys to please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm doing early reviews of all 9 of the Summer 2022 LEGO Ninjago sets, as well as early reviews of the Summer 2022 LEGO Minecraft sets, and lots of other very exciting stuff down the line. Only about 16% of my audience is actually subscribed to the channel, so if those kinds of videos sound interesting to you, by liking the video and subscribing it'll help you see them as soon as they're posted, and will also really help support me and the channel. But with all that being said, let's get on to the review. So here is Zane's Golden Dragon Jet, and being honest, I wish I liked this set more. Zane is my favorite ninja, and I feel like in recent years we haven't gotten enough like solo Zane vehicles. So when this set was rumored, I was really excited. And there is a lot of things I like here, however there's a lot of things I also don't. I really like these blue spinner crowns for detailing on the side. That's a super cool recolor of that part, and it gives me like 2012 nostalgia. It's so cool to see that like they're still using these in sets. These stickered parts are quite cool as well. I like the colors used there, and you can see those are on both sides. Lots of bits of gold used all throughout. The transition up to these engines is fairly decent, and you can see there's this one gold wing in the back which can actually flip down if you want, as well as these wheel pieces I guess to be exhausts. There's this big flat triangular piece here which has like the staggered golden armor on it. That's a cool design, but I feel like it's a little too big of a sticker for a set this small. I really wish something was more brick built here, because yeah, that seems a little out of place. Another stickered part right there with something written in the Ninjago language. If anybody wants to translate, please do in the comments. And then the actual seating area at the very front is by far my favorite part of this set. I like the gold plating on the side and the wings that come out. There's a sticker on the front that seems to be a targeting computer that's targeting the Skull Sorcerer. Then there's another stickered part that has that letter R that's on all the ninjas' vehicles this wave, as well as on the Golden Ninja suits. And I really like how the nose of the plane's made using an Evo dragon head. The gold dual molded with the translate blue captures that like icy feel really well, and I actually think it makes for a very cool front of the plane. Opening the windshield up, you can see the interior, and this is of course where it gets Zane inside and close it back up around him. There's how Zane actually looks flying the vehicle, and then now let me show you the transformation feature with this build. If I push back the front cockpit area right here, it will transform. I'm gonna do that a few more times for you guys. You can see the wings just sort of fly out and these blades go all sorts of directions. Speaking of these blades, these are a really cool new part. They're an all new piece this wave, and they come in a few different colors in different sets, but I believe this is the only set where they come dual molded in translate blue and gold. But yeah, those two colors together look really nice, and again adds to that icy aesthetic. And I mean, that transformation's cool, but now we get into the parts of the set that I don't like. For one, I just feel like the set feels very flat. And especially when it's transformed, it becomes very open and gappy. I wish there was more parts here to make it feel more complete in both forms. Because in its untransformed base form, the wings and everything just look very flat and uninteresting. The wings become more interesting because you have the blades going out, but then you just get these weird gaps all over the place. And yeah, I just don't think it looks that good. I also don't love how the front's angled down. It reminds me a lot of the Legacy Kai Fighter, but I believe that one at least had a play feature with that. This one does not. So yeah, while this front section's really good, the back section just feels very sparse overall. And I feel like it definitely could have used more parts. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say on Zane's Golden Dragon Jet for now. It's not awful, I still like it for what it is, and I'm happy that Zane has a vehicle, because this just feels very thin and bare bones. It doesn't feel like a full, complete vehicle. But anyway, I'll talk about that more at the end of this video. Now let's move on to the minifigures and then my overall thoughts. So here are the first 2 minifigures in this set. We have Golden Zane and we have the Skull Sorcerer. Or actually, no, this is not the Skull Sorcerer. On the box, this is called General Vangelis, which is actually very cool that they're rebranding what his name is, now that we like actually know his identity. Anyway, starting with Golden Zane, he is the only figure in this set who is not exclusive. This is by far the cheapest way to get him though. This set's only $30 and the only other way to get him is $140. And this is a very good minifigure. It's probably my second favorite of the golden suits. I think they did gold on Zane here much better than they did in Master of the Mountain, and I actually feel like this armor would look really good with his Master of the Mountain outfit. But the touch of blue on his belt is a great splash of color, and I love how you can see his heart exposed right there. The gold plated armor and everything looks really beautiful too, and ties together with the actual gold arms and armor and everything. It just looks really nice overall. He's got the symbol on his forehead, which I believe is the Ninjago letter R. All the Golden Ninja this wave have that. And then here he is with his hood and armor removed, so now you can see his full face print. And turning him around, there's his back torso print as well as his back head print. Again, that gold armor looks great. You have his just like Zane's Z symbol right there. Just really well designed on the whole. Fantastic minifigure. And then General Vangelis here, also known as the new Skull Sorcerer. This is again another really good minifigure. Funnily enough, no part of this figure is exclusive, at least that you can see from the outside, because the legs, torso, and armor are all on every single other Vengestone General, and obviously the mask, hat, and wings were on the original Skull Sorcerer. But still, they come together really nicely. Even though it's not exclusive to Vangelis here, I do really like this torso design. It's got the Overlord symbol in the middle and the purple combined with the magenta, combined with like this metallic armor, all ties together really nicely, and that's all printed on top of gunmetal gray, which is already a super cool color. I love how like fine and intricate the lines are. These seem really detailed for Ninjago figures, and that is awesome to see. This new trans pink like crystal armor piece is really nice too. It has studs in the back, actually able to attach Vangelis' wings to it, so that's very nice to see. And then in terms of his accessories, he has this new crystal blade piece with the Scythe of Quakes inserted into it. If you haven't seen any of my other reviews and don't know how this works, so what it is the Scythe of Quakes is its own separate part, and you just have this crystal blade right here. It's got room to insert a bar in the center, as well as 2 bars on the side, and because of that you can insert the Nunchucks of Lightning, Sword of Fire, Shuriken Device, or Scythe of Quakes into it, and turn them into like their corrupted form. So in this set it is the Scythe of Quakes because the Skull Sorcerer took it from Cole, and I actually think that looks really nice the way the crystal runs up the body of the Scythe of Quakes. Gives it a super cool look. Even though the Scythe of Quakes is the only golden weapon officially in this set, it does also come with every single other golden weapon in a separate bag like this. You get 2 total of every weapon except for the Nunchucks of Lightning. 2 scythes, 2 swords, 4 total shurikens, or 2 sets, and then the hilts for 2 Nunchucks of Lightning. So if you'd rather the Skull Sorcerer have the shurikens, or the sword, or the nunchucks here, you can easily swap them out. I'm just covering the scythe in this video because that's the only one officially in this set. The new scythe, by the way, is a really excellent part. Big improvement over the old one. That dragon head at the top especially looks super cool, and I think it does look especially good when inserted into like the corrupted crystal. Vangelis does have one other accessory too, and it's just this crystal blade. I guess that's meant to represent like a little knife, and I mean that comes in quite a few sets, but still cool to get. But now finally, if we take this guy apart, we can see the one actual exclusive part of him, and that is the face print. We have an all-new face print for Vangelis, where now instead of green eyes, he has these magenta eyes, and that diamond on his forehead is also magenta. It's an interesting, albeit unnecessary face print, and I kinda wish they went for a more accurate Vangelis face, because in the show, we never saw the Skull Sorcerer as the Skull Sorcerer unmasked. We saw the Skull Sorcerer as Vangelis unmasked. So I wish we got a proper Vangelis face here if they were going to give us a new face print, but I'll take this over just reusing the same face print we had before, because it is good looking, just in my opinion unnecessary. Here's how he looks with his armor removed, and there's his back torso print as well as lack of any alternate face. Back torso print just seems very armored up, looks good, and again it's the same one that all the Vengestone Generals have. And then the final minifigure in this set is Golden Dragon Cole, and this is one of the coolest minifigures of all time. All 4 of the Golden Dragon Ninja are amazing, but looking at this guy up close, I think this one might be my second favorite after Zane. This is just so cool. He's got transparent orange all throughout on his arms, on his legs, on his face, in his mask, and on his wings. And I think the coolest thing about this one is the black printing makes a really nice transition from the torso into the legs. The transparent legs don't feel like they came out of nowhere. It feels like a smooth transition from the design of the torso into the design of the legs. And I think that makes this figure look incredible. The wings were originally introduced with the Evo Dragons earlier this year, but I believe this color is new for this figure. The trans orange is very similar to the gold, so the transition isn't like as stark as some of the others, but I still think it works. It fits Cole's whole Earth aesthetic really well. Taking a look at that hood too, you can see it's dual molded in gold and trans orange. And I do think the gold maybe takes away a little bit from the trans orange. I kinda wish the hood was just entirely trans orange, that would have been really cool, but I think this is a fine alternative and still looks good. And while we're back here, we'll take a look at the one part of the figure I don't like, and that is these blue tactic pins sticking out the back. These are really ugly, and I know LEGO never recolors these, but recoloring was really necessary here. Because, yeah, blue does not match with any part of this figure. Luckily, though, you can't notice them from the front, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, if you ever spin this guy around, that looks really, really bad. Taking the hood off, you can see his all-new face print. He's got, like, these rocky eyebrows and this elemental burst face. That's an incredible design, and I'm really glad we have this for Cole. And you can see, yeah, his torso also shines in the light, because that's gold printing right there. Taking his armor off, too, I think this looks good as a figure on its own. Definitely could use a hairpiece, but yeah, just with a hairpiece, this is a fantastic minifigure. I think I'm saying this in my reviews of all the Golden Dragon Ninja, but I think this is the first time they have actually surpassed NRG. NRG was like the very first elemental burst form back in 2012, and that has remained the best looking one. But I think these have finally beaten it, because yeah, this is just a spectacular minifigure all around. The transparent parts really tie it all together, but the printing too just looks super nice. And then turning him around, you can see his back torso print, and it's all just like rocks and explosions and cracks in rocks, and you can see the letter C written in the Ninjago language is carved out right there, and that is of course for Cole, because that's the symbol that he uses on his standard ninja suits. Yeah, what a fantastic minifigure and a great one to get in this set. So, what are my overall thoughts on this set? It's certainly not my favorite, but I also think it's probably one of the best ones to pick up, because it is only $30, which is not a terrible price for this set. Should it have been cheaper? Yes, but should every set this way have been cheaper? Yes. So if you have the money to spare, I think this is a good one to get, because even if the build isn't amazing, the figures here are all really good. If you're a big Zane fan or a big Cole fan, I'd say this set is a must-have, because this Cole figure, if you're a fan of Cole, you need to get. Like, this is an amazing Cole minifigure, and if you're a Zane fan, this is a very, very good Zane, and you either buy this set or you buy a $140 set to get him. So I think for the minifigures alone, I recommend this set, but the build is okay. It's not terrible, it's just certainly not my favorite. But those are just my thoughts. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think of this one in the comments below. I wonder if you guys are going to have a different opinion to me, or if you're going to mostly agree that this is just kind of okay. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you enjoyed, please press like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I've got more Summer 2022 Ninjago reviews coming very soon, and by liking and subscribing, I'll help put those in your feed as soon as they're posted, and will also really help support me and the channel. But as for this video, I think that's about going to do it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!